let's talk about coaching. There's a lot of opinions out there on coaching right now, and while it seems to be picking up a lot of traction, there's still a lot of pros and cons. So let's talk about that now. What are the goods? What are the bads? Do we need it? What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, Ski, I'm really very definite on it because obviously it's what I've been doing for the last 30 years. And before that, when I had my own business, I always felt that more than anything, that I was a coach to the people who worked with me, regardless of where I worked or whether it was my own business or not. Coaching is an absolute with me. I really believe that people can accomplish so much more if they have someone who is helping them think and act in their own best interest along with their clients. Without question, coaching is such an important key to the development of the whole person. It helps them become, and I use this, I know you think I use this maybe sometimes too much, but I really believe in to become a professional in this business, you need input from people who have a long history in an understanding about not just the business that you're in, but business in and of itself. I find it difficult to gravitate toward people who have never worked in an industry and then decide that they want to be coaches in that particular industry. I find that difficult. Coaching is getting inside someone's head, having an empathy and an understanding of what that person is all about, and helping them use their talents to the best that they can be used, and to minimize those things which are not strengths of theirs. This was something that when I read Pat Riley's book on coaching, that was what he emphasized about his coaching techniques, that he felt that was exactly what he did with the people who he coached at basketball. So coaching, without question, individual coaching is so much better. There's got to be some form of accountability. And when you get into group coaching and there's no accountability, I almost think that it's a waste of money. I'm not going to say absolutely, but it's very difficult to tell me that a group coaching program is going to have anywhere near the benefit of an individual coach who's asking you, did you do what you said you were going to do? And that's the key that I apply to my weekly sessions with my clients. I know you have other ideas to add to that, and I'm always open to hear what you have to say, because it's always good for me.
Absolutely. Thanks, Ralph. I think that when you look at coaching, you have to look at it as a complement to what management brings to the party. And so you're going to have loan officers that have managers, and they're trying to get the best out of these people. And it's not always easy for them as managers to also be their coach. And I know we're going to have another session on that particular topic. But I think that the group coaching, you make a good point with this. The group coaching, which is what a lot of managers try to do, is very difficult because you need a one-on-one relationship. And you need to be able to hold up the mirror for that person and get them to say, first of all, what they were going to do, and then acknowledge whether they did it or they didn't do it. And if they didn't, why didn't they do it? And how they can get better. We basically kid ourselves. So if we don't have somebody to help keep us accountable, we have a tendency to let things sort of slide by and, that's okay, I'll get it next time, or I'll get better. But we're not always thinking of that. We're moving on to the next thing. Whereas the coach essentially puts it back in your face, where you've got to acknowledge, are you doing what you said you're going to do? Are you achieving the goals that you set for yourself? So, man, again, maybe a bit self-serving, but I do really believe in the value of coaching. I've been an athlete. I've seen the benefits of having a coach. I know I couldn't have pushed myself at times the way that my coaches pushed me. And I became a better athlete because I had people that were pointing out where I needed to work harder and where I could do things better. And when I did things well too, and helped me feel good about who I was and what I was doing. So absolutely, one of the best things I think that people can invest in is coaching. Now, Ralph, any final thoughts?
Well, my son and I talk about this all the time, especially when we're watching a football game on TV together, and he's in Pennsylvania, I'm here in Florida, and we're talking back and forth through our text messages to each other about what we're watching on TV. And he's come to believe, he's in his early 50s, he's come to believe that the value of a coach is almost immeasurable. And that when you see a team, for example, real quick, when you see a team who is much better than the team that they're playing, and they knew it before that game started, whatever the game is, I don't really care what the game is, it doesn't matter. The team who is much better doesn't work as hard as the team that they're playing because they're almost taking it for granted. They're going to beat them because they're so much better. That's where coaching is so important, and even one-on-one coaching. Bill Parcells
Listen, Ralph, let me just point something out to you. I know what you're talking about because not only have I been an athlete, but I've been a coach as well. And I had a philosophy. I told these young, I coached high school lacrosse, and I told these young guys, I said, when you step on the field, you start thinking like you're playing the game. You start to get that way. Now, they won't automatically do that unless they're pushed. I want them, when they step on the field, it's not like, oh, well, the whistle didn't blow you. I got to be ready to play all the time. And you want to get that kind of effort on the practice field. You don't do that by yourself. I'm sorry, that is really difficult. I know it's tough for high school kids. I know it was tough for the college football players when I played college because we were young and thought we had all the answers. But we needed somebody to say, here's what we're trying to do. Here's what you need to do as part of the team. Go do it, and then let's evaluate and see how you're progressing.
Yeah, obviously I agree with that in everything that you just said. And what I wanted to add as a final thought for me was that I saw Bill Parcells interviewed one time with Lawrence Taylor, and Lawrence Taylor said that Parcells got the best out of him, and that man controlled football games. One person in an 11-man team could control a football game, and anybody that goes back and watches some of those games in which that man participated, you can tell he controlled that game. Just one person, because he was so unbelievably outstanding, and Parcells pushed him every week to perform. That's enough out of me. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Please share our videos with those that you know, and like what we do, and ask us any questions that you want. One idea a day is here for you every day. Thank you so much for watching.